KJH Cricket, and today we've been joined by Azeem Ghumman, who's from Pakistan, who's captain Pakistan under-19s, currently plays his cricket in Pakistan at Hyderabad, and he's over here with Millwall Cricket Club, so we're grateful for his presence today. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the mental preparations to batting, and Azeem's going to answer a few questions, and hopefully we can learn a little bit from today's conversation as well. So welcome, Azeem.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to look at the mental preparations to batting. So first of all, we're going to look at training. So how do you mentally prepare for a session in the middle when you train?
Well, for the training, the first thing is very important is that you have to get plan from the home. If you're not going to plan from the home when you're going to come to the ground, I don't think so that it's easy to cope up with it. So the plan is necessary. You should think what should you do and what should not. And the best time for the training, as you know, is early up in the morning. That's the best time so that it does not affect your other works also. And I think so the training is like 70% complete thing is a training. If you want to play cricket, you should at least be training more than what you do. And if you are even a bowler or a batsman, the training counts more than your cricket, you know?
Yes, definitely. So, so during your training session, obviously you mentioned that obviously that's very, very important to you. So within your training sessions, how do you sort of mentally prepare for the game behind, so knowing what's going on out in the middle? What are the kind of drills that you do to kind of mentally prepare yourself to gauge and visualise what's going on?
Well, I'm doing like on and off drills, kind of like if one day I'm going to do cardio, the rest of the thing I'm going to do different with my legs. Besides the training session, I don't skip even a day. I do a lot of the gym work and everything in it, chest, shoulders and everything. The thing which I think about the match, I might be different from something else. I just think about the match like a one day before the match. If I'm going to think about the match starting from the week or even like a 10 days back, I won't be able to consider about my training. But yeah, at the same time, when I'm training, I know that what level do I have to achieve and where do I have to achieve. So probably what I do the most is the cardio.
So the cardio, so you're more sort of, you want to be fit and ready to go, which in hindsight prepares you mentally because you know you're physically ready to go.
Exactly.
Super. So obviously we looked at training, we're now going to sort of move on to your match sort of process as well. So you arrive at the grounds. What do you do to sort of prepare for the game that's ahead? You're sort of a couple of hours away, you've strolled into the changing room, how do you then sort of progress?
Well, first thing which I do whenever I enter the ground, I just notice, the first thing which I notice is that where the wind's going. That's my thing, because either way it helps me, even if I'm bowling or batting. So either way it helps me. That's the first thing I see. And if I get a time, I go to the wicket, I just look at the wicket, look at the ground, and just analyze it, how is it going to play, and then come to the dressing room, change it. I usually do bat before, then I do my warm-up. I just do my knocking before the warm-up. I just knock few balls, like 50-60 balls before the match, probably most for the leaving ones, and then just train with the team, whatever they train, and then whenever to be very honest, I'm a bit nervous whenever it starts up with the match. I'm always nervous even if I'm padded up, but as soon as I just cross the road, I'm alright.
I think it's good to be nervous because it shows that you care about the game, that you want to do well, and you want to do well for your team as well.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm just nervous before the game or even the game started. But as soon as the game started, I'm not nervous. I'm just enjoying the cricket, even if I score runs or not. I'm just thinking about the cricket and I'm just enjoying it the most.
So you'd say you're kind of in the zone, enjoying it.
Well, yes, I agree. And there's the one thing which I should tell you, and I think so most of the people would agree with me, is that if you're not going to enjoy cricket, you are not going to easily play. That's what my theory is.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about having good fun. If you're not going to enjoy it, you're going to put too much stress on yourself.
I agree.
And you're never going to perform to your ability.
Probably most of the people, they enjoy their batting, they enjoy their bowling, but there are very few who enjoys in the field. Yes. So the one who enjoys in the field is the one, I think so, who does very well throughout the match, even if he's fielding or bowling, because he's like, if it's a one-day game, he's throughout like 100% or 100 overs, he's over there and concentrating and enjoying. He does best. That's what I think.
That's a good point of view to take. So we obviously looked at the way that you look at it.
Yeah.
Do you ever analyse your position when you turn up to the game? So you're sort of training, you're doing your warm-up, I know which you'll be concentrating on. Do you ever take a glance over to the opposition and think, right, I've got to watch him later on because he's doing this?
Well, whenever, mostly, if like in opposition I don't know whom I'm playing against, so probably when we are training, I just try to have a look. As I'm a batsman, I just try to have a look when they're warming up, when they're doing a bowling thing. I just try to have a look that what kind of action is this and what the ball should do with his action. If he's a leg spinner, is he going to bowl more up to me or far away from me? Is he an off spinner? Is he going to bowl alright to me or not? That's what I usually analyze when the other team is warming up, because you anyways or the other you are warming up in the same ground.
Yeah, so take advantage of it.
Yeah, so you should take advantage of it. That's my point of view, because I'm a batsman, that's what I do.
Yeah.
But as far as I think, the one who will be the bowler, they might also think about what kind of a batsman is he knocking, what kind of a shots he plays. I think that the bowlers might also do that. I'm a batting all-rounder, so I think more of a batting. I do think a lot about the bowling, but when I'm in the ground, I think more about the bowling, that where should I bowl, what shot is he playing. But when I'm before the match, as you asked, in the warm-up, what do you analyze? I analyze more of the other team's bowler, that what are they trying to bowl and what are the actions going to do.
Yeah, so that's your main aspect of the game, so you can look at it from both point of views. So obviously you've now prepared for the game, you've done your training, you've done a bit of pre-match warming up, so we're now into the game. Either you're opening the batting or you're coming in. What's the first thing you do when you get to the crease to prepare yourself?
Well, to be very honest, number one thing, I will tell you two things on this. Number one thing, as I said, whenever I just go into the field, either I'm fielding or batting, I'm never tensed. It's just before the match. As soon as it's 1 p.m, I'm going into the ground, I'm playing the match, I'm never tense. That's the number one thing. The good thing about me is that I don't think what the people think who are sitting out.
Yeah.
Are they my relatives? Are they my well-wishers or not well-wishers? What will they think? That's the one thing which I never think. I just try to, because that might divert my game. I might not be able to do good, which I might do.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to think on that side, that might affect on my game, you see?
Yeah, I mean that's not the thing I thought about when we were going to do this interview. I didn't think actually when we talk about the spectators, obviously they can have quite a major influence on how you play.
Yeah, spectators, and especially sometimes your family also come, your relatives also come, so that might put some pressure. But beside this thing, whenever I went in, I've just got one theory in my mind. Even it's like 370 runs target or a 170 run target. My theory is that until and unless you won't be able to see the ball clearly, you won't be able to hit the ball or score the runs. So my theory is simple, that I usually take 5 to 7 overs. Even in the first 7-8 overs, I just want to see the ball go through and what it's like, and then I take the actions.
Then you take the actions of the game, so you're mentally preparing yourself for what's to come. So you're seeing yourself in, seeing how the pitch plays.
How the pitch plays.
And you then planning what you're going to do?
Yes, exactly, why not? If the average is like 8 to 9 runs per an over, have to be sensible, have to be tentative, have to score one boundary and try to take 3-4 singles every over with that.
No, that's a good way to think about it.
Just take till the end and then see how it goes. That's the way it goes. Keep the opposition under pressure. Don't go under pressure.
So you spoke about that, which is quite good. So if you're feeling a little bit under pressure, would you try and upset the bowler in any way, or would you just keep to your own game?
Well, yes, that's something which is very different from the cricket, but I usually do. If some batsman is playing very nicely and he's doing it, I will sometimes go near to him and try to talk to him, and But in the other hand, this is a tactics for the cricket. It's not about doing someone's bad or something. It's just a tactics to disturb. That's what usually the other fielders do when you bat, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's just the same thing which everyone does. I do the same.
Yeah, so you just get used to it.
Yeah.
So today your match sort of tactics and things. After the game as well, obviously playing to the level that you do, and obviously analysing everything you do to such a high level, what do you do after the game once you've batted?
Well, to be very honest, after the game, I never analysed. I just wanted to enjoy the night, and the very other day, when I went to the practice, during when I'm going to the practice or before going to the practice, like half an hour before, I do analyse that what I've done wrong yesterday and what should I practice today. If yesterday I've done wrong playing this shot, then I should go today practicing to leave that shot. That's how I analyze myself. That's the only simple formula I think. Because if you're going to think too much about it, I think so in the end you're just going to get yourself confused, nothing else. That's what I think.
From obviously this conversation, I think at the end of the day, I think that the key thing is that you keep a clear heads, you know your own game inside out, and you don't overcomplicate things, you just keep it as simple as possible.
Well, for cricket, for thinking, for everything. There's something someone taught me, and I would like to share this with you in this interview, that he taught me that just play cricket like a kiss. I said, what is that? And he said, keep it super simple.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the one thing which is stuck in my mind. Someone told me that like 7 years ago, and that's the one thing which I usually do, because if you're gonna think too much, thinking too much will definitely affect your game. Yeah, you should think, you should obviously think, but thinking too much or not thinking are both gonna disadvantage your game. It's not gonna give you any advantage, I don't reckon.
No, I totally agree. No, I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you for having this interview with me. It's been very
Thank you, it's
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Thank you for calling me.
Not a problem at all. And I've been Karl Holmes from KJH Cricket. This has been Azeem Ghumman. And yes, keep it simple is the attitude to have when you're playing cricket. Thank you very much.
KJH